Legal cases, legal issues, legal matters. You're watching WFTV's Law Talk with anchor Christopher Heath and expert legal analyst, attorney Mark NeJame.
All right, let's talk about some of the current cases, issues, and legal matters that our viewers are talking about. Joining me today is legal analyst attorney Mark NeJame of the NeJame Law Firm, and Albert Yaffe, partner at NeJame Law in the personal injury division. We're talking about dog bites today, and exactly where does the law begin and end when a dog bites a person?
Well, a dog bite is under the area, the umbrella of personal injury. And people think that, well, if you get bit by a dog, you've automatically got damages. Well, not necessarily. There's a lot of things that factor into it. You know, was your dog the instigator? Do you have any permanent scarring? And the other thing is that if your dog, let's say it's a dog fight, and that's what happens a lot of times. Two dogs see each other, and then somebody gets embroiled in the middle of that, and the leashes are tangling up their legs, and another dog gets bit, and sometimes critically. Florida does not recognize pain and suffering for the loss of your dog. The dog is considered a chattel, a piece of property. And as a dog lover and as a dog owner, I don't like that, but that's the law. Other states have now become more enlightened in that area, and they recognize that a dog is more than just a piece of property, but Florida only recognizes it as a piece of property. So the issue then comes up, what is the extent of your injury? Where's the causation, like any other personal injury case? What caused it, and what are the extent of the damages? A permanent scarring on the face of really anybody, but a child, is worth a lot more than a little nick on your finger. So there's those type of things that enter into it as you're evaluating it.
Is there any coverage, Albert, if I put a beware of dog sign on my property to just warn people that, oh, my dog's dangerous? Does that give me any kind of coverage?
Unfortunately, not much. People think if they put up a beware of dog sign, they're absolved of any liability for anything that their dog does. Unfortunately, in Florida, generally what that does is protect trespassers only. If I invite you onto my property and I have a dangerous dog and I have a dangerous dog sign, I still have a responsibility to tie up that dog, put it away, put it in a cage, something like that. My knowledge of that dog's dangerous propensities impugns upon me a duty to protect you and anyone else that comes upon my property. So don't get a false sense of security by just slapping up a beware of dog sign on your property.
And most of us have insurance. Does our homeowner's insurance policy cover if there is a dog bite? If you're at my house and you get bit by my dog, does my homeowner's insurance cover that? Where does that fall?
You're going to make me sound like an attorney. It depends, and it depends on the terms and conditions of your policy. But as you're negotiating your policy or as you're signing your policy and you have pets, you want to make sure that that's covered.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely correct. Unfortunately, a lot of times homeowners insurance policies do not cover dog bites, and you will have to get an additional policy separate from your homeowner's policy to cover dog bites. Now the issue becomes there's breed-specific policies. You know, there's sort of a Mount Rushmore of dangerous dogs, and I think everybody kind of knows what they are. You have your pit bulls, Rottweilers, German Shepherds, and Dobermans in that order. So if you have one of those breeds, the cost to insure that particular dog is going to be much higher. Unfortunately, 1/3 of all home insurance claims are actually dog bite claims. And it happens all the time, but a lot of times there's just not coverage there. So there's other ways to be compensated if you are bitten by a dog and a particular dog owner, renter, homeowner, whatever it may be, does not have that policy on their homeowner's insurance. You still have a duty to maintain the premises. So if a gate is not maintained, if a garage door is left open, you know, then you're talking about negligence, not the sort of strict liability that insurance policies cover. And to touch off what Mark said about damages, sadly, 86% of all victims of dog bites are under the age of 6. It's horrific. So the damages can be just run the gamut from, you know, like you said, a nick on the hand to something truly catastrophic.
And if could I just say, because I'm sorry, and I think what Albert was alluding to is that even if in fact the policy does not include the dog bite, it's incumbent upon us to oftentimes find another area where there's still negligence, the gate being open, a lack of supervision, those type of things, which now takes it from the actual, just the bite itself to other areas of negligence, which now allows us to get into the policy and then get a recovery on behalf of the client.
And we always focus on the big dogs, you know, the Rottweilers and the pit bulls. But I got to tell you, as somebody who jogs all the time, I've been chased by more Dachshunds and Westies and, you know, little Pomeranians than anything else. They seem to be the ones that come after you the most.
Well, I'm a dog lover and a little guy, so I'll just say it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Albert. Mark, guys, thanks for joining us. And thank you for watching this today. If you'd like to see this Law Talk or any of our others, go to our website, WFTV.com/legal, or join us each week right here on Facebook. I'm Christopher Heath, and thanks for watching.
WFTV's Law Talk was brought courtesy of the Personal Injury and Accident Division of NeJame Law.